but I want to play a video for you. I oftentimes don't like to do this, but I'm going to, because this is worth watching. It really is, because a lot of people can sound really, really good in their rhetoric, but the rhetoric doesn't mean anything because it has to be backed up by actions. And I'll show you what I'm talking about momentarily. So, Piers Morgan has a show called Piers Morgan Uncensored. Piers Morgan, for those of you who don't know, a former host at CNN, he now has a show in the United Kingdom. And I wanted to show you this clip. It's a pretty long clip. I may pause it during, I'm going to try not to, because it's important for you to see the game that is being played. Because as you'll see, Cenk Uygur likes to talk about how bad it was, what happened to Charlie, but then whenever he's asked to act on it, to do something about it, he refuses. And he's hardly alone. There's other people that are like this. So adjust the audio in case this is really loud, but I'm going to play this for you so you can hear the interaction between him and Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin used to work for the Young Turks. He used to be pretty far left. He's now sort of like moderately left. He voted for Trump in 2024. I don't think he had voted for him previously. But there was a dialogue between Rubin and Cenk Uygur, a very hot, contentious dialogue. And it's on Dave Rubin's channel. You can watch it there, but I wanted to play some of it for you.
Disassociated from the woke left in a way I just never thought possible, where people on supposedly my side would start to become science deniers, biology deniers, but also develop this incredibly hateful mindset that if you didn't go along with everything that they believed, you would be cancelled, you'd be destroyed, you'd be shamed, you'd be vilified. And now, as we've seen with Charlie Kirk, you will actually be murdered in cold blood simply for having opinions that they don't like. It is, as I said at the start of this, it's unnerving. It's quite scary, actually. And when you see those TikTok videos of them so proudly talking about this, joyously celebrating a murder like that, I really do fear about what is going on.
Well, Piers, it's not even that it's about his
This is Dave Rubin talking.
Actual opinions. It's about the opinions that many...
All right, technical difficulties, sorry.
Thought leaders on the left purport that he has, which are complete lies. So look, I am in somewhat of a reconciliatory mode here. So I'd like to ask Cenk, I have 10 headlines here he has put up about Charlie Kirk. They are on his channel right now, and let's see if Cenk believes that these are true. Charlie Kirk says prominent black women took white people's spots. Charlie Kirk boasts about his all-white basketball team. Charlie Kirk gives piggish advice to high school girls. Ex-employee exposes Charlie Kirk's grift. Charlie Kirk embarrasses himself. Charlie Kirk's brain melts explaining anti-vax conspiracy. Charlie Kirk rants about women in their 30s. Charlie Kirk has literally no clue how the real world works. Charlie Kirk gets triggered, declines appearance over pronouns. Charlie Kirk doubles down on women-hating backlash. I am telling you, Piers, Charlie Kirk was one of the best human beings I ever met. He did not have a bone of racism, misogyny, or anything else in his body. But liars lie, and they gin up otherwise good people. From the little bit we know about this shooter, he had a stable household, he was going to college, he was fine. We'll find out where he got radicalized. But please, please, let's not pretend we don't know where this stuff is coming from. And please, let's not pretend that this thing is going both ways, because it is absolutely not. I also have, well, you know what, Cenk, I'll ask you a question directly, actually. Do you think Charlie wanted to be martyred? Do you think Charlie wanted to be martyred? Do you think Charlie wanted to be killed? Yes or no?
Of course not. What kind of asinine question is that?
All right, so that's Cenk responding to Dave Rubin, for those of you who are hearing his voice.
You don't, because that's pretty interesting, because here's a video of you, Cenk, talking when Charlie was at a breakfast.
It allows for easy martyrdom for these guys, and they don't deserve it. But I do also want to point out, as they're in the middle of crying now, although Charlie was smiling ear to ear throughout the entire video, thinking, yes, I'm now the victim, and I'll get to claim that my rights have been
infringed. Did you catch the beginning of that, Cenk? Listen, we'll do it again.
No, I didn't, and that's totally out of. No, we're not going to do it again. Totally out of context. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
No. Listen, brother.
Are you trying to
listen
harm
for
on
1
me?
second.
Is that what you're trying to do?
So I'm not going to play the rest of that. You can, or I'll play a little bit more a little bit later. I'm going to skip ahead a couple minutes. But Cenk's first reaction is to get defensive, to say, what, you're wanting to wish harm on me? He's asking that of Dave Rubin. Not to shake his head and say, look, let me just say from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry. And I don't expect that from Cenk, but that's what Cenk would do if he was engaging in good faith here. All right, there's another part of this video that I wanted to play, and I'll say for the record, for those of you who are wondering, because Dave says, are you going to take those videos down? And Cenk refuses. He will not take down the things that he said about Charlie Kirk. And here's a similar video where Dave Rubin actually asked the same question about Cenk's rhetoric about Donald Trump and Donald Trump supporters.
His beliefs. That's what a democratic system.
Excuse me. Trying to get to the exact point. In dealing with some technical issues.
Yeah, look, this is a guy, I don't talk about it that often. I happen to be gay. It's not a big deal.
Okay, he talks about his
and
personal
all
life.
Of those things. And
he talks about his relationship with Charlie Kirk, but then he actually talks about
reporters are not Nazis. So with that in mind,
there we go.
I'd like to read some other headlines. These are video titles from Cenk's channel. And if in the spirit of reconciliation, maybe he wants to delete these things. Trump cuts anti-Nazi program. Trump spreading Nazi propaganda. Nazis encouraged by Trump's Charlottesville response. Trump defends Nazis, very fine people. That is the biggest political hoax ever. Trump retweets a neo-Nazi again. Trump disappoints neo-Nazi supporters. So these things don't come out of nowhere. I only blame one person at the end of the day for these murders, which is the crazy person who does the murders. But pretending that what is wildly asymmetrical, I think I have laid that out with evidence here, pretending that it's symmetrical is deeply, deeply dangerous. Piers, you know this because we've discussed it on my show. Even on your...
Okay, so he then proceeds to say, Cenk, are you going to take these videos down? And Cenk refuses. Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks. And that's the thing. You look at Scripture, and one thing that Scripture says is, and this is in James, show me your faith by your works. So Cenk can get emotional, express empathy, all of that. But until he expresses that he is willing to take these videos down and stop referring to Trump supporters as racists, fascists, and Nazis, it really doesn't make a darn worth a bit of difference. That's an important thing to think about.